Hello, friends, and welcome back to the show. Today is Wednesday. You heard that right. It's Wednesday, August 13th. And the reason I'm doing this on a Wednesday is partly because I missed last week, but mostly because today, August 13th, is, of course, Carter Hall Day. Yes, Carter Hall is original American tobacco, unchanged, over the counter, wonderful stuff for many, many years. Many of us got our introduction to Burley's through Carter Hall. Many of us still smoke Carter Hall, use Carter Hall to break in new pipes. It's just a wonderful tobacco. One that I smoked daily for a very long time. It was my first smoke of the day every day. Uh, we happen to know that Carter Hall was born on August 13th because R.J. Reynolds began production of Carter Hall on August 13th, 1956. So it is the 70th birthday of Carter Hall. Now, Middleton claims the recipe was much older than that. They have a 1850s date, and maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but we can document the August 13th, 1956 date. So today is Carter Hall Day. So happy birthday to Carter Hall. And to celebrate, I've got some Carter Hall here. And this is from 2021. Nothing in the world smells like Carter Hall. And I'm going to load this in a pipe. I'll tell you about the pipe in just a minute. And the remainder of this video is not going to focus on Carter Hall. I've done that before. I've got a full video on the history of Carter Hall and impressions and all that, and I will link to that. I'll put a link down below because I can never remember to put a card in. So I'll just put a link down below in the description, and you can check that out if you're interested. It's an older video. I'm going to be a pudgy little fat guy in it, but you'll get the idea. It's me, honest. Okay, so Carter Hall loaded. This pipe is from the Columbus show, the Dublin, Ohio show, the North American Society of Pipe Collectors 2025 show, which I was at this past weekend. And if you followed me on Instagram or the MyFace, I think you would have gotten updates on my shenanigans, which were not that shenaniganish. But this is a Tim West Old West pipe. This is an apple shape. You're not going to be able to see this in a million years, but on the shank is written Tim West Old West 2025, and on the other side, and I don't even know which side is. Yeah, I think that's the side that has North American Society of Pipe Smoker, NASPC, on it. So it's got the date and NASPC because this is the pipe that was used in the slow smoke competition this year. So I did enter the slow smoke competition. I did not do very well. I am not proud of what I did. I was not the first out. Not the first out, which is, I was the second out. Not a bad time. My time was over 30 minutes, so it was actually a really long competition. I think the winner was like at 1 hour and 6 minutes or something like that. So it's a very long slow smoke competition compared to last year, where I think the winner was out in 25 minutes, something like that, 28 minutes. Differences this year were the choice of tobacco. Last year was one of the show tobaccos. This year was early morning pipe. And of course the pipe. Last year was a Country Gentleman cob. This year it's a Old West Briar pipe. Now, I don't like early morning pipe, but I have to admit I did a lousy job packing. A lousy job. I mean, as soon as I went to smoke this, I took a draw, everything seemed fine. I lit it and it immediately felt plugged. And it's funny, I heard a lot of people say that, so I don't know what that means. I've smoked this pipe many times since then, because my break-in process is just smoke the heck out of the thing until it smokes right. And it's been fine. I haven't had that problem once. So I really had to fight just to keep the darn thing going at all. And about 30 some minutes in, it just went out. And I got to admit, I was happy it went out because I was starting to really draw hard on it. It was early morning pipe, which is like my least favorite tobacco ever. And it was becoming very, very unpleasant. So I went out and then the contest went on for quite a while, so it was fun. It was an exciting contest. I'm glad I did it. I'm not embarrassed or anything, but I wish I would have paid a little. Something about the packing was bad, so it's hardly my fault. I'm not blaming the pipe. I'm not blaming the tobacco. It was the way I packed it. I don't know how I went wrong with it, but such is life. Live and learn. Hmm. I miss you, Carter Hall. I should take this jar out more often. So the pipe show itself was unbelievable, and I'm gonna do this thing where we're gonna name people, and I'm gonna forget a lot of people, and I apologize to you all in advance. I'm gonna just try to the best of my knowledge, remember. Um, but Thursday night I got in, and my friend Andrew Pipepool and his wife Tiffany were already there. We had dinner together. Went and sat out in the on the patio and had a few pipes and just enjoyed the evening. It was a really nice night. There were some people gathered there. Uh, had some conversations with a fellow named Kevin, which were very interesting. Kevin is I guess you would say he imports pipes and sells them. Um, so a different side of the pipe world that I was not familiar with. Friday morning, got up, went out and got some breakfast, and then actually I had breakfast at the hotel that morning and was shocked by the prices. Very expensive hotel restaurant. Anyway, went out and about, visited the visited Cornhenge, which is a field of concrete ears of corn. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't have any pictures loaded here, but if you look at Instagram, you'll see it, or just Google Cornhenge and you'll see it. Unbelievable. Somebody actually took the time to make 109 concrete corn ears of corn and stand them up in a field and called it art. It just remarkable. It's there for a reason. It supposedly is. Well, it's not supposedly. It is commemorating the gentleman whose name I don't remember who discovered corn hybridization, which basically made it possible to cultivate corn in Ohio and was a big boom to the economy. Um, so that's why Cornhenge exists. But boy, I love things like that. So I went to Cornhenge, walked around Dublin a little bit. Dublin's a really neat town. Had some lunch at an Irish pub in Dublin because why shouldn't you? And then went off to the slow smoke competition, which started well. Smoked in the smoking tent from maybe about 2:30 to 4, and 4 was the slow smoke. And then when that was done, I got to go into the show and start meeting people in the show and buying and whatnot. Um, But let me just sort of stop going day by day because now it's all a blur and talk about the really important thing. I just bit my lip trying to move the pipe out of practice. That's funny because I've smoked so much the past few days I couldn't possibly be out of practice. So uh, let me focus on what's really important first, and that's the people. So many folks. Uh, Starting off just YouTube folks. I already mentioned Andrew. Andrew doesn't do much on YouTube anymore, but he used to be active on YouTube. Uh, Eric, blue collar pipe smoker, showed up. He was with Larry Blackett and Rose, and they were both there selling the Tampers, beautiful Tampers, always expanding his line. Is Larry, and it was great to see him. Always wonderful to see Larry. Uh, Ethan, a parsimonious piper, and a real treat for me and a real surprise. Ethan brought along Sean Ghost Cop. I've known Ghost Cobb for years. I consider him a very dear friend, and I've never actually stood in the same room with the man. So he walked in, we immediately hugged one another. It was wonderful to see Sean. Uh, Jeff Temper Tantrum showed up with his son Idris, and I got to meet his boy and good, solid kid. Really wonderful to meet him. Great to spend time with Jeff. Jeff's one of my favorite people to talk to, and we did talk for quite a while. Uh, Oh man, I know I'm gonna forget some people. Corvette Jim, uh, Mr. Scripto, just many people, and probably some people that I don't even know have YouTube channels, but were there that had YouTube channels. I know there were several people that said, "Hey, I got a channel," and I wrote it down, and I don't know where I wrote it, and you know. And then so many people that either I've previously met at the show or made new friends at the show, and I'm going to forget people again. So, but Steve and Glenna, it was wonderful to see you guys. And Steve, is always a joy to spend time chatting with you. Steve also entered the slow smoke competition. Actually, Steve, I don't know how you did, except I know you didn't win. So, but you did better than me. So congratulations on that. You beat the pants off of me, Steve. And at least that other guy went out before me. Uh, Sleepy Piper Todd. Todd's a great guy. I met him last year, and we got to spend quite a bit of time smoking pipes and sharing tobacco and just chatting about life, and that was great. Great to see you, Todd. So many folks. I'm gonna forget. I'm just gonna forget. So many people, but new people came up to me. Chris, Brad, Mike. Mike, I think I met previously, but it was great to see you again. I think there was a John. There were actually two Brads. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to give up. If I met you, I remember that I met you. I may not remember your name, but it was great. And it wasn't just great because we sat around and smoked and drank, and there was some drinking. Nobody got falling down drunk, but we had beer at the bar. Folks brought bourbon, and we got out bourbon and had a good time with that. And just it was social lubrication. It wasn't anything crazy. Just wonderful time. Brian Doran, Beans 316, unfortunately did not make the show this year because tragically Brian's boat caught fire. And I really feel for Brian, and it was the talk of the show for a while because everybody knows Brian, and we were disappointed that he wasn't coming. And it turns out not only did his boat catch fire, but he burned himself with hot plastic trying to put the fire out. So he wound up with an injury as well. Hopefully he's doing well, and hopefully insurance is going to take care of the boat and whatnot. But I really feel for you, Brian, because I know how important that boat was to you, and I know how important the show is to you. And it was terrible that those things happened and coincided like that. So we missed him, missed other folks that couldn't make it. I know Cole didn't make it, and that was unfortunate. I did see Odie, WKR Piper, so it was good to see you, Odie. Yeah, great group of people, great time. So many people came up to me and said, "Hey, I love your channel. I just love listening to you. I love that you talk about things. You talk about substantial things, not just tobacco or however they put it. Not trying to put myself on a pedestal here. People were kind enough to say that to me, and it means the world to me because it means that this little thing that I do that I honestly can't imagine why anybody watches means something to somebody, and that motivates me to want to do it again. Generosity, people giving gifts that and I try to do the same. I try to pass it on. I bring tobacco to share. I gave away some tobacco to some folks. I had one pouch of tobacco that nobody wanted, but I did eventually find a sucker. I mean, a person that took it. Anybody that I tried to give it to knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, I received several gifts and was just very fortunate. And the first one I want to show you, you might have noticed lurking here in the background. Peter, you're going to be so jealous. Yes, that is a Granger table lamp. I haven't had time to set it up yet and put a bulb in, but it will have a place of honor. Not sure if it's going to be down here or upstairs, but it will have a place of honor. That is a kind gift from Andrew Pipepool. Andrew, I'm still just incredibly humbled by that. It's a beautiful piece that you made, and I really do appreciate it. And while Granger is not my favorite over-the-counter, Carter Hall actually is. Uh, it certainly is meaningful to me because I do love the over-the-counter blends, and I love that you made it. And Peter, Smooth Piper, I'll light it for you, buddy. Peter's a real Granger fan. And another guy who's always been very generous is Eric, Blue Collar Pipe Smoker. And Eric was kind enough to give me this unopened box of Union Leader tobacco. It's in a foil pouch. It is almost certainly fully smokable, but as I was looking at it, Parsimonious Piper came over and pointed to it and said, "That is the worst tobacco I've ever smoked." I agree with him. I've had Union Leader. It is just not good. But the reason Eric gave this to me and the reason I am so happy to have it is that this was Karloff's, well, it was the tobacco that Karloff advertised for. I don't know if he ever smoked it, but he did. He did advertise Union Leader tobacco. So there's a connection there to Boris Karloff, and you all know that Karloff is my favorite horror actor. So there you have it. So thank you, Eric, and thank you, Andrew. Really wonderful gifts and quite definitely appreciated. I got lucky. I won a pipe in a raffle. I bought $10 worth of raffle tickets, and I won this beautiful pipe that is a, already forgotten, Castillo. I just want to make sure that's true. I'm sorry, Castillo. Cristiano. I'm getting my Italian mixed up. It is a Cristiano. It is a Metamorphosi line. Cristiano, beautiful pipe. It's an estate pipe, but it has been restored by the folks at Smoking Pipes. And yeah, wonderful. I don't know when I'll get around to smoking this, but I am looking forward to it. It's really it's a unique shape, very much an Italian pipe, but pretty one. The only thing I bought, oh, I somehow came upon, I somehow got a tin of the annual show blend. I do pick up a tin of this every year, but I didn't buy this, and I honestly don't know how I got this. I hope I didn't just walk off with it, but I don't remember buying it. I don't remember it coming, and maybe it came with the pipe that I won, and I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know, but yeah, this is Dragon's Breath, which is the show blend, and it is. Let's see if I can. It is choices Macedonia and Latakia leaf with the richness of old Virginia tobaccos. Uh, so there you have it. So sounds like a Balkan to me, which they tend to be. I buy them to support the show, and I will smoke them. I'm gonna wait until I get like 5 years in, and then I'll start opening them. Ghost Cobb was brave enough to open this tin that you've seen before, this tin of Cornell and Deal Sunday Picnic from 2014. It was quite bulged out at the bottom. It made quite an impressive hissing sound, and it is some delicious tobacco. So enjoyed it. Got to share that with a few folks, and hopefully they enjoyed it as well. Ghost Cobb said it smelled exactly like horse manure when he opened it. So that was a strong endorsement. And yeah, so lovely stuff. And oh, Greg Tunnel, because Greg was sitting on the other side of me when Ghost Cobb opened the. And Greg was just shocked that we would be excited that something smelled like horse manure. And he had just previously had me smell some tobacco, which I swear smelled like a cross between like raspberry jello and a wax candle, like a wax cherry candle or something. It was Greg. I don't know how you do it, and Greg doesn't know how I do it. So that's okay. The world can survive. I bought a tin and opened of Rattray's Old Gallery because I've been wanting this for quite a while. I've got some up in the cellar. It's old. I didn't want to open it, but I've just been craving this tobacco. I don't know why. It's been years and years since I've had it, but there was a tin there. I bought it. I opened it. So we'll probably seal both of those back up and because I'm probably not going to smoke through them very quickly. And maybe they can be future Tobacco of the Month entries. And last but not least, the other big purchase that I made is a new pipe from JD Wolf. If you don't know JD, you will. You will for several reasons. One being that I talked to him for a while, and he has agreed to do a Friday night live stream with me. So we're going to have a conversation with pipe smokers, in this case, pipe maker episode with JD, and he's just a great guy. Wonderful, warm, welcoming, happy, upbeat, everything you want in your pipe maker. And the reason I was talking to him is Phil Rivera said, "Hey, you should check this guy out." He's been talking to Phil. Phil's a very, very kind with advice to new pipe makers, and he advised JD, and I was looking over his pipes, and this one really grabbed me. And before I show you this pipe, I want you to know that I look at this pipe and I say that's not my kind of pipe, but there's something about this, and I'll try to explain it as I talk about it. There's just something about this that grabbed me. So here it is. Now, I do not typically go for colorful pipes with acrylic stems, but this is much more the sort of thing you'd expect to see me smoking. But look at the shape of that bowl. I just love the way that thing, it's like it's volcano-esque, but then it's moving forward. It's got a motion to it. I don't really like volcanoes. If this was a straight volcano, I never would have given it a second look. But that forward cant to it, I don't know if this is an actual known shape or not, but to me it looks like a volcano that's leaning forward. But despite that, the junction is just beautifully done. That's hard to do. The metalwork, inspired and mentored by Phil, and then a really nice stem. I mean, nice thin button, good button work, nice thin bite zone, I should say, and good button work. I really like it. I like the angle at the top. Yeah, everything about it. I thought the finish was really well done. Let me do a little focus work here. Beautiful bird's eye, some nice straightish grain going around. It grabbed me. And I said, yeah, I want this. I don't know how soon I'm going to smoke it. I've got a lot of new pipes I got to smoke at some point. But this one might get bumped up a little bit because I'd really like to give it a try. I do think it's beautiful. And I'm going to have, hopefully sometime in September, I'm going to have JD on a live stream to chat about pipes and such. So that should be fun. So yeah, that's the booty. Booty, like pirate booty, not like, anyway. What else is there to talk about? I mean, I could go on for hours about people and things that happen and tobaccos I tried and everything else. And all I can tell you is that if you haven't been to a pipe show, you really got to get to one. I was talking to a gentleman. We were walking out of the show and walking towards the smoking tent, and I said excuse me because I like got to the door before him or something like that, and he said, let me think about it for a minute. And I said, you're actually not allowed to do that. And he said, hey, I'm at a pipe show. I'm here to have fun. I'll do whatever I want. And he's joking. We're kidding with one another. And we're walking down the hall that goes to the smoking tent exit. And I said, you're kind of right. There is quite a bit of freedom at these things. And he said, it's the best feeling in the world because you're free and you're among like-minded people. And we've all been brought together by our shared interest in pipes. And I said, yeah, if he took the pipe away, and he said, oh, we wouldn't talk to one another. And that was just a fun little. But I think that kind of sums up the whole thing. If you haven't been to a pipe show, get yourself to a pipe show. There's one coming up in Richmond. There's others, but the Richmond one is the next one, I believe, in mid-September. And they're happening all over. There's one in Indiana now. There's I know Steve and Kathy talk about one in Arkansas. There's certainly pipe shows in Texas. I mean, find one. There's one somewhere. Not. I drove 10 hours to get to. Well, driving 10 hours was my fault. I could have made it in 8. But the point is, I drove 8 hours to get to a pipe show. If I can do that, you can drive 4 or 5 or 2 or 3 or whatever. Or maybe even 10. It's worth it. Trust me. All right, folks. With that, I'm going to call this long, rambly video to a close. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you some sense of what a wonderful weekend it was, how fortunate I am to have such wonderful friends and wonderful fans, and how I just hope I can, in some small way, repay all the kindness that I've received over the years by continuing to chat with you. So with that, I will call this to a close. I hope you have a wonderful day, a fantastic Carter Hall day. Don't forget, smoke some Carter Hall, or if you don't have any, smoke something else and just remember the wonderful Carter Hall. And with that, we'll be back Friday night live stream. Probably be talking about more of this stuff. We'll see. And back on Sunday with a Sunday chat. And maybe talk about the tobacco of the month on Sunday, which of course this month is Shandy. So we'll see how that goes. If not this Sunday, perhaps the following. So with that, my friends, I'm going to stop rambling and let you get off to your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday. So until then, I look forward to talking all again very soon. Goodbye now.